Today's Bitcoin video is probably going to be one of the best video you have watched this year. I am going to unveil stuff to you today that you're going to sit and say to yourself like, wow, wow, I wish I knew this. I want us to visit most of the stuff we have been talking about because I've come to realize most of you listen but you don't store inside afterwards. You keep going to the next thing, and you forget what has happened in the past. When it comes to cryptocurrency, you have to look at previous price action to determine what might happen in the future. Because the pattern that the market makers use to push price to the upside might be the same pattern they use to push price back to the downside. And if you are an investor or you are a trader and want to take advantage of the market, you need to understand how the market moves. These patterns you should understand. And I've made it easy in my videos to help you understand market structure, support and resistance. When is the right time to buy? How to see who are you in the market? Are you an investor? Are you a trader? I have been helping you guys understand or make some sense out of your investment or your trades. You should be able to understand what you're buying, why you're buying it, and when you're buying it. So, if you are buying Bitcoin, why are you buying Bitcoin? Or why are you looking at Bitcoin? For me, I buy Bitcoin because I look at Bitcoin as my own dollar or as my own fiat, and I buy other altcoin as altcoin that can make me more of my fiat or outperform my fiat, which is Bitcoin. I use those altcoins to make money or make more Bitcoin. And because Bitcoin moves the market, Bitcoin has the most liquidity. I tend to rely or focus my TA more on what Bitcoin will do. And because the past have shown us that Bitcoin, when it is at its peak, is going to eat all other liquidity from altcoins. And Bitcoin have proven that. Bitcoin dominance is now at 60% and above, right? It means that most altcoins have been eaten up, or most of the gains that altcoins made has been eaten up by Bitcoin. Why? Because Bitcoin is the alpha. Bitcoin is a superior currency in the space. So today's video, I want us to look at what has happened in the past and where we are right now and where we are heading to in the future. So whatever altcoins you are holding, this video is going to help you whether selling it, holding it, or just add more to it, then wait and see what price is going to do. So this is what I want us to look at in today's video. If you're new here, you are watching the BETONG Crypto here. I create content to help anyone out there who want to make it happen, who want to be successful in this brutal crypto space to understand market structure, support and resistance, when to buy, when to take out profit. I help them understand what is important most in this market, which is Bitcoin, how to make more Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and other coins out there. So if say this sort of content interests you, you want to go right now and smash the subscribe button, thumbs up, and share my content with someone else out there. Yeah, I love that line is good. Share my content with someone else out there. Anyways, let's dive into this. So this is the liquidation heat map. Remember when we were around, somewhere 73 or $72,000, $73,000. I told you guys that we have liquidity at 68,000. That they might push price to 68,000. Okay, and they did push price to $68,000. Now, if we look at this liquidation heat map again on the daily time frame, like the next 24 hours, what can we see? We can see that we have liquidity above $70,000. And even if we stay on the 3 days time frame, you can see that we have liquidity around the 72,000 price point. You can see here around 72,000 we have liquidity here. But now let's get to this daily time frame for the heat map to see where we can head to for the next 24 hours. Okay, we have liquidity here at $67,000 and also at $66,000, but we have more above 70K. So Today, I want us to close above 70K. If we close above 70K, then fine. We can see the price of Bitcoin go right up to about $75,000. But if we close below 70K Bitcoin, then there's high chances that we can go right down to 65 or $66,000. Okay, let's go to the weekly time frame for Bitcoin. Let's see if say we can back up, or yeah, we can confirm this on this time frame. Now, for the next week, there's high chances that we can push price to around $66,000 before we take it right up to around $74,000. So we still have liquidity here around $74,000 that they can go and grab, and we have some here around 72,000. You see, almost towards I think 75,400 that they can go and grab, and we have more liquidity to the upside than to the downside. So there's high chances that if say we break above 70K, then we can head towards 72K. Now let's look at other chart of Bitcoin. Like, we have seen this heat map. Now let's look at the weekly time frame. You can see we are forming a hammer. Hammer, yeah. Well, the hammer is the opposite side, which it's pointing to the downside. Meaning if you see something like this, you know, doing a downtrend, it means there's high chance that they can even push price even more downward, and this might take also right down to the 65, 64K that I mentioned. And if say we break below 65K and stay below 64K, then we can see price go right down to even $45,000 per Bitcoin. You're asking yourself that, can the market makers push price to $45,000 or 50K? Yes, they can do that. They don't care. They can push price wherever they want to push price, provided they are making money. Okay, so let's dive now into the daily time frame to see even more interesting stuff here. You can see on a daily time frame, we have been forming this zone here. The move started here. We have a level one rise here. We saw pullback, level two rise here. We saw pullback and level three rise. Yeah, and now we are seeing pullback. Now the only problem with this level three rise is that we didn't rise and create more higher highs. All right, like go to the next all-time high. So what might happen here is we might see the price of Bitcoin come even right down to 66,000, or as I mentioned, you stay above $65,000. And if price did stay above $65,000, all right, then it means price should not break this zone here, like this area where I have. Let me just mark this properly so you can see. So price should not break this zone here. We want to see price above. Yeah, price should stay above the zone. But if we're gonna see price make it way to this zone, then break it, recover this vector here, then this is going to be around $62,000, and this might cause our altcoins to plunge to the downside even greatly. All right. So, what we should be looking at is for Bitcoin to either come here, then we see a quick buyback, and then price stay above this zone, this range, right? That's gonna be above $65,000. So if price stays above $65,000, then there's high chances that we can go and create more higher highs. But there's a problem here, because if price is gonna break that zone, okay, there is also a zone here that we have seen price traded multiple times, and this is the same area where price is. So if price is going to break and close below this zone here, which is where price is already, right, then for us to go and create the next high again, we must break at least zone, then at least come back and retest it. Because if I zoom in, you're gonna see that this zone is a crucial zone. Now, let me mark it properly so you can see. um let's go to the 12 hours time frame so I can let me see. I want to Okay, let me just go back to the daily time frame and do it this way. Okay, do it this way. Yes. So if we look back, you're going to see that that has been an area of interest for Bitcoin. That's why when we saw when Bitcoin came to this area, we saw how price rejected the downside. Then price now break it, and the price has come back there. So if price is gonna break this zone again, then price is gonna attempt to break it the second time again, or the third time, or the fourth time. I don't know. You can count it to see how many times that price have attempted this zone. But if price break again this zone, that's gonna be $68,000, $68,200. This zone is gonna be an important zone in the future. So we wanna see what price is gonna do here. If price is gonna move sideways here or move above this zone, but we want to see price close above $70,000, as I mentioned before. Maybe we can start thinking of the next move to the upside. Now, looking at price on the 4 hours time frame for Bitcoin, okay, we can still say that we are at this zone where price. Let me zoom a little bit so we see what we have here. You see this first level to the upside, retracement, second level to the upside, retracement, third level. Now we are at this zone here. So if price is to make it way to this downside on the 4 hours time frame, right, then we see a bounce from 65. This is a key area that price need to break above, and as I mentioned, this is around $68,000, where price is right now. So if price break above there, at least price come near hold, or price can just go straight to the upside. But this is the area on the 4 hours time frame which is more clearer and more visible for you to see that we can break this area or stay within this zone. So if price is gonna leave this zone, then that's gonna be the right target for us. You don't have to worry so much, because if you are in Bitcoin mostly, then you're gonna have opportunities to buy most of those altcoins that are crazy right now. Most of them are down 15%, 20%, 10%. So Bitcoin must respect these key areas. And if, say, we're gonna see Bitcoin break above this zone, then the right zone to enter, or the right way to enter, is to allow price to play out, come back, retest this zone, then you buy from here, cash it to the upside. Or if price break here, you wait it down here, you buy, you know, then you sell here. If, say, you sell here, then you wait a little bit. If price break above, then you buy again here, then you cash it out there up to the upside. So this is just what I'm looking at now with Bitcoin. Okay, now talking about Bitcoin dominance, which is very important. Remember, I told you guys about dominance getting towards where the alpha trend created a sell signal. So let me bring in the alpha trend here so you can see clearly what I'm trying to say here. I've marked this area a long time ago, and most of you will understand when price is gonna get there. All right. So what does this signify? This signifies that if price is gonna get to this zone, I'm talking about Bitcoin dominance. If the Bitcoin dominance is gonna get right up to 70%, then it means that most altcoins are gonna be eaten by Bitcoin, their profit. So if your altcoin is pumping right now, or if it pumped 10%, 20%, cash out the profit and wait until you see your coins respecting key structures before you can, like, okay, your coin is having strength at this point in time. Then you start looking at opportunities to buy that coin at that point in time, or wait to see something like a catalyst or an event that will prompt you to buy again, or yeah, to react to price action. But again, I think dominance is going towards this, where the alpha trend pointed a sell signal. And if this is the case, then we might even see the price of Ethereum go more downward. Okay, I'm not saying it's gonna happen. It might happen. If Bitcoin dominance is gonna be doing what I'm trying to say here, then we're gonna see the price of Ethereum and other altcoins plunge to the downside, which I think most of you don't want to see. Again, we have this chart here. This is a USDT dominance, and this USDT dominance chart is simple. Whenever you see USDT dominance going to the upside, it means that investors are selling their Bitcoin into USDT, or their altcoins into USDT. But if you see USDT dominance going down, it means investors are selling their USDT to Bitcoin, or they are exchanging their USDT to Bitcoin. It could be to Bitcoin or any other altcoin out there, but that's just the interpretation of the USDT dominance. So, guys, this is what I'm looking at for Bitcoin, and this is going to impact your altcoins tremendously. You have to be able to understand what Bitcoin does so that you can position yourself properly with your altcoins. I'm not saying the market is going to the deep or is going to do that. What I'm trying to say to you guys is look at key areas. If price get to those areas, wait to see what price will do. If price will react to those areas, then you can now look at your altcoin and say, okay, maybe Bitcoin is doing this right now, then maybe your altcoin might do that also next. That's how I look at the market. So this is what goes on in my head, like a conspiracy, saying this, saying that, and in the end it comes to pass. And I want to convey you guys to pay attention to it, take advantage of my content. And if you're someone who is interested to get my buy and sell signal or my buy and sell alert, then make sure you join my VIP. There, I'm gonna share with you what I'm buying, when I'm buying it, and when I'm taking out profit. Until then, guys, make sure you subscribe and see you the next video. Ciao. Bye bye.